Let's go, Sourdough Squad. We see everyone in the chat. Let's freaking go. It's game day. It's game day. We got a huge game slated in front of us. The 49ers are taking on the Tennessee Titans, baby. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, a massive game tonight, ladies and gentlemen, in front of the entire world. Let's go. Nick Bosa emergence, Arden Key emergence, Eric Armstead. Who's going to feast today? Drop it in the chat. Who's feasting? You see it too. We're real serious today. So we even brought out the white hat. You know, when we're bringing out the white hat, it's getting real serious around here. So we're taking all the good juju that we could possibly get. But today's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a really great game. Obviously, starting with some of the administration stuff. The Tennessee Titans, man, they come limping into this game in one area on their offensive line. They will be without their starting left tackle and left guard, Taylor Lewan and Roger Saffold. Woo, that's going to be a long day in the office for that Tennessee Titans offense. Also, too, with their backup left tackle, Kendall Lamb, going on the reserve COVID list. So who's eating tonight? Is it Bosa? Is it Armstead? Is it Omenahue? Is it Givens? Who's it going to be? Who's feasting on that defensive line? Because I would be shocked to see this defensive line unit as a whole not come away with multiple sacks, let alone multiple guys coming away with multiple sacks. Obviously, that's lining up to be a big matchup difference. But however, it does A.J. Brown's back. So they got their wide receiver one back. It also sounds like Julio Jones will be back as well. So although they lose on the offensive line, they gain two huge weapons on the outside in regards to wide receiver. But we all understand how it works. The game is won at the line of scrimmage. So if the 49ers defensive line can continue to get after Ryan Tannehill, Deontay Foreman, Julio Jones, and A.J. Brown could be rendered a little bit of a situation where maybe they don't have enough time to get them the ball. We'll see. We're not going to get too ahead of ourselves because there's so many things that can happen within a game. But with what we're seeing, it does appear like they are going to be severely hampered on the offensive line. The 49ers are going to be without Elijah Mitchell, so it looks like there's going to be a heavy helping of Jeff Wilson again, which is fantastic because Jeff Wilson has been rounding out into shape at the perfect time. So with that situation going on, it does suck that we won't be able to get Elijah Mitchell back this game. It doesn't really appear like Trey Sermon will be available for this game, from my understanding. So it's going to be a lot like last week against the Falcons. I expect the offense to come out and do a lot of what they did. Run the football, play action. When the 49ers are running the football, the play action was marvelous. The linebackers were biting so hard on the play action because they were so scared of the run. We even got to see an RPO come out where it was run pass option. You either hand it off or you throw it. And the linebackers were so tough on biting on the run. Jimmy pulled it, dime to Debo. That's the one where Debo knocked the mouthpiece out of the dude. So we're seeing it all come together. The 49ers offensive line has been fantastic. With Tom Compton in, Tom Compton is one of the highest graded run blocking offensive linemen in the NFL since his time on the offensive line. However, they do have a big test with Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons is a phenomenal defensive tackle. He is essentially a defensive end in a 3-4 scheme, which means he will be playing over the guards. So Jeffrey Simmons is going to be someone that we're going to be keying on, someone that we need to take care of early and often, make sure that he's not wrecking a lot of stuff from that position. But you also have pretty solid edge rushers with Harold Landry and Bud Dupree. Both those guys know how to get after the quarterback. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how we block those guys up, how we attack them. They also got Zach Cunningham recently after he was cut from the Texans. He's a good linebacker, in my opinion. Sideline to sideline, good range, good speed. They have a decent defense. Amani Hooker's a decent, pretty solid, underrated safety. Kevin Byard, though, is this the game where we're pulling out receipts on Kevin Byard? If you haven't seen it yet, Kenny Vaccaro, former Tennessee Titan defensive back, he felt it was necessary to tweet that Kevin Byard is going to strap George Kittle, and in fact, it's going to be must-see TV. So that is going to be a matchup that we're going to be watching quite a bit. George Kittle versus Kevin Byard. That's a matchup that I want to see because I want to see what George Kittle does. And you know how we do it. We pull out all the receipts. We do all that good stuff. So if George Kittle goes to town on Kevin Byard, I mean, we're praying for Kenny Vaccaro's mentions because more fuel to the fire for us. More fun. It's all good fun at the end of the day. We just like having a blast and talking all the mess per usual. But overall, it's going to be an interesting game because although the Tennessee Titans are losing some of their offensive line, they're getting some weapons back on the outside. It's a situation where the 49ers are obviously traveling to Tennessee. And although it's going to be a primetime game, the body clocks are a little bit different. It's going to be very interesting to see what type of energy that the 49ers show up with. The hope is that they show up ready to go, locked and loaded, and come out firing from the jump. Now, one of the keys to victory that we had last week was for the 49ers to come out hot and not play from behind and or play in a reactionary mode. However, we know they had to instantly went into reaction mode with the Jermichael Hasty fumble on the kickoff return. The defense had to come on the field right away when it was supposed to be the offense, and the defense did a phenomenal job of stopping them in a goal line situation. No points. So honestly, I feel pretty comfortable with this team. Obviously, we have kind of wanted things to be perfect for them so that they could find their momentum and rhythm early. However, that game against the Falcons was a great opportunity to see how they would respond when their backs were against the wall immediately, and they responded extremely well. So that being the case, I think this team is going to show up. I think they're going to be ready to go. They know what's on the line. This has got to be like all the feels of a playoff game. I'm going to imagine Tennessee is going to be raucous. It's going to be a situation where it is absolutely going to be a playoff type atmosphere. So the hope is that the energy matches with the 49ers and how they go after this team. I imagine there's going to be a lot of running the football, a lot of, like I said earlier, play action, some of those things. Sorry, I'm checking some news, making sure I'm seeing everything come out as it hits the wire. Checking to see. I know there's a bunch of stuff coming out right now, so I'll keep passing along information as it comes. But so far, man, everything's stacking up right now for the most part for the 49ers to be in really good shape going into this game. No real major injuries, no last minute hiccups as of right now. So knock on wood, looks like the 49ers are going to be in a pretty good spot. It does sound like Azeez Al-Shaair will be back for the 49ers defense. That is going to be a huge get back with Azeez Al-Shaair and Fred Warner next to each other, manning the middle of the field. Again, we could see a situation from the defensive scheme that matches what the 49ers did against the Bengals, because as we knew, the 49ers were kind of limping in at the cornerback position. And We had to figure out how to stop Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, and T. Higgins. Although they did get some run on us, the D'Amico Ryans came up with a very, very solid, what appeared to be a cover two scheme that really helped aid the cornerbacks and used guys like Azeez Al-Shaair, Fred Warner, Jaquaski Tart, and Jimmy Ward to be able to take care of business over the middle. So maybe something like that will be what we'll see today. But I want to see what you guys got. Who, drop it in the chat, who is going to be the breakout player from this game? Now, there's so many different ways you can go. You can go defensive line. Hell, if you're going to throw out offensive line, you know we're going to shout you out. But I do want to see who you guys think are going to be the breakouts. You can name 1, 2, offense, defense. I don't care. I want to see who you think it is. Is it going to be a Juwan Jennings game? I see Kittle. I see Debo. I see Bosa. I think everyone's looking at Bosa right now. We got a Nick Bosa. We got a Kittle. Ooh, Brandon Ayuk. Ooh, Ambry Thomas. Ambry Thomas is going to be relied on heavily this game. So, hey, if he can show out and ball out, I'm all for it. We got a DJ Jones, BA, Bosa, Juwan Jennings, 2 touchdowns. Let's go. Kittle, Bosa. Oh, Trent Williams touchdown. Ooh, I love it. I'm loving these vibes. That's what I'm talking about. We got DJ Jones having a day. Ayuk. I'm seeing a bunch of Ayuk on Instagram. Let's go. I could absolutely see Ayuk having a day. Bosa. We got, let's see. Oh, you guys are dropping them in heavy on YouTube. Let's go. We got a Juwan Jennings. Daddy Brunskill. Hell yeah. Big day from Daddy Brunskill. Let's see what Brunskill does. Pay attention to Brunskill as a puller. Let's see how successful they are when they're running behind Daniel Brunskill as a puller. I'm just saying, just pay attention to it. When they pull Daniel Brunskill to that left side and they have essentially Trent Williams and Laken Tomlinson down block and completely collapse the offensive line. Then you got Brunskill pulling around. You got Juice. You got Kittle. You got whoever they're going to pull with that guy. Just watch it. It's beautiful. So I hope to see a lot more of those kind of outside zones, kind of power counter concepts, all that kind of stuff. But keep dropping it in the chat. We got Bosa. Ooh, we got a use check call out. Let's go. Good special teams. Hell, I'll take good special teams all day. Trent Williams, 2 pancakes. Ooh, we love pancakes around here. Jimmy, 350 for 3 T's. Let's go. We could use that all day. Jennings going back to Tennessee is going to have to show out. That's right. Tell him, Chris. So that's another thing. Juwan Jennings is coming back to his, I believe, his home area. I don't know for a fact if that's where he's actually from, but I do know that Juwan Jennings obviously played at the University of Tennessee. So we've already seen it. He's going to have a ton of people out there supporting him. So tonight would be a great night. Tonight would be a great night for a Juwan Jennings breakout, wouldn't it? I think it would. That sounds great to me. We got JJ. We got Bosa. Ooh, we got a Tom Compton. Let's go. Bosa and Sosa. Bosa and Sosa going to eat today. Ooh, I don't know if we've gotten like a true like Bosa and Sosa experience. We've gotten Sosa getting some sacks. We've gotten Bosa, but just like a game where those two just wreak havoc on everyone. Tonight would be that game. That would be a fun one. Because as we know, the Titans O-line is extremely banged up. Ooh, we got Jeff Wilson going for back-to-back 100 yards. Let's go. Deebo Samuel rushing and receiving touchdowns. I need it too, man. I definitely need it. We got more juice. Ayuk. Juwan Jennings and Ayuk. Let's go. Ooh, a Sherfield. Okay, that's sneaky. We see you, Sourdough Squad. Checking in. Jimmy G. Man, I'm excited for Jimmy. Jimmy has an opportunity tonight to really quiet a lot of people up. Now, we understand Jimmy's one of the most polarizing quarterbacks amongst any fan base, clearly our fan base, but Jimmy Garoppolo really has an opportunity. If he can continue to stack another performance very similar to what he did against the Falcons, again, not Jeff Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo against the Falcons was really good. And he was even good against the Bengals too. Now, he had maybe a couple mistake-worthy plays against the Bengals, but against the Falcons, that boy played clean. He played clean. So if we can continue to get that version of Jimmy for another game, locked in, ready to go, ice in the veins, Jimmy Garoppolo has an opportunity to show the world, to show our fan base, to show his team, to show everyone what he's about. So let's see what we get. I'm hoping for another solid performance out of Jimmy Garoppolo. And again, what we look for Jimmy Garoppolo is we look for just clean, consistent play. That's it. Just clean, consistent play. No turnover worthy plays. That's what we're looking about. That's what we're looking for. Tommy on YouTube says, I'm still concerned about Wilson's ball security. I mean, Wilson hasn't necessarily given me anything to be worried about. So I'm not particularly worried about that. If we're going to talk about ball security, obviously JaMycal Hasty is going to be under the microscope after the play that he had last week. However, I do want to let JaMycal Hasty know that he had a really solid run too later in that game when he's running right between Laken Tomlinson and Trent Williams. Shout out Laken Tomlinson. He got a beautiful pancake block on that particular play, but JaMycal Hasty was able to hit the hole and get a really good gain. So we're going to see who's going to be toting that rock. I imagine it's going to be a lot of Jeff Wilson. Again, we're big fans of Jeff Wilson over here. And what we're starting to see again is him come back to form after recovering from the torn meniscus that he had in his knee in OTAs this year. So with Jeff Wilson, those legs are finally coming back. Like his cutting ability, the balance that he has, it's really nice. So we're going to see what he can do. Again, the offensive line is blocking like savages. Tom Compton is pancaking dudes left and right. I think he had at least 2 to 3 pancakes against the Falcons. So if the 49ers can continue to show the dominance in the run game, man, that play action game, the Yak Gods, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, Juwan. Whoo! Pick your poison. Who's it going to be? Right now, the 49ers have a huge opportunity. Jorge Kittle. Jorge about to ball. Ooh, Alex Mack, 100%. Don't sleep on Alex Mack. Let me go on a little Alex Mack tangent. Alex Mack, again, when we look at the 2020 year and we look at how hard it was for the 49ers to really move the ball, we looked at it, and a lot of that was because of the offensive line. We knew going into that season that Weston Richburg was supposed to be our starter. He couldn't get healthy. He couldn't do it. Unfortunately for Weston, he had to retire due to the injury, but that's who we expected to lean on in 2020. Well, he couldn't do it. I think Ben Garland, who was our backup center, he got hurt. Then we brought in Hornets Grossu off the streets, and he couldn't really do it. And then we had to take our boy, Daddy B, and put Daddy B at center. And he'd never played center before. I spoke a lot about this in the offseason, how difficult it is to play center when you've never played it before. So that's why when we talk about the offensive line, you can't talk about this offensive line and the performance this year without talking about Alex Mack, because it's pretty much the same offensive line. Who's the only change? Alex Mack. You move Brunskill back to right guard. Obviously, we lost Mike McGlinchey, which has been a big loss, but Tom Compton has immensely stepped his game up, so it's been phenomenal. Alex Mack deserves so much credit for his level of communication, his cerebral awareness, him getting the rest of the offensive line in the right looks, being able to block up the right guys, take care of stunts, do all that type. Alex Mack deserves his credit. And we look at, Trent Williams, the GOAT, right? Trent Williams is GOATed. He's the GOAT. However, look at the rest of the guys. When you stick Alex Mack in the center, everything starts to work. And that is the importance of a center. That's why centers need more love. As a former center, I'm going to go out and say all the positive things I can about the center. And Alex Mack is doing just that. He's a huge reason why the 49ers offensive line has been as successful as it is. Oh, hold on now. Hold on now. Titans. COVID. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought they were announcing another move. But James Vega on YouTube, my guy, we see you. Sourdough Squad member. Bosa with 2 sacks and a forced fumble. He's calling a shot. Kittle with 100 yards and a TD and a couple of Kittle pancakes. Ooh, that's what we want. We want that. We want to see Kittle coming out, getting those yak yards. Again, needing the entire defense to try to tackle him. We're going to see if we can go, 3 games in a row with the entire defense trying to tackle him. We're going to play is this photoshopped or not? I know you guys already know what the photoshopped image is, but we're just going to keep it rolling. But James Vega says Kittle with 100 yards and a TD and a couple Kittle pancakes. Ooh, I want the Kittle pancakes. I ain't going to lie. I'm a little hungry. You know me. I'm a big boy. I want to eat. Give me some of those pancakes. Let's go. Debo with the receiving and rushing touchdown. Oh, these boys going to eat. Merry Christmas, Sourdough Squad. Faithful, let's go. Thank you, James Vega. We appreciate you. Faithful member of the Sourdough Squad. We see you, my guy, as always. And those are great, great predictions. Appreciate the super chat, my boy. Merry Christmas to you and happy holidays. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all you guys checking in, vibing with us, talking about all this good stuff, because guess what? We got Niner football today. We got Christmas Eve tomorrow. We got Niner football today. Whew, I'm not going to lie. It kind of feels like Christmas today. Hopefully the 49ers deliver and give that big present for all of us 49er fans underneath that tree, that big W. That's all we want. That's all we care about. I think we're all pretty crystal clear that we're past the drama of the offseason. We don't care. I personally don't. I do not care who wins football games for the 49ers. I care if the 49ers just win. So let's go in there, get this dub. Jimmy G, the offensive line, the Yak Gods. Hell, I'm going to shout out Charlie Warner. Charlie Warner was phenomenal against the Falcons. That dude also one of these. He's Charlie Warner, man. Just really quick. I know he doesn't get talked about a lot, but Charlie Warner as a blocker, I know he doesn't get a lot of opportunities in the pass game, but Charlie Warner as a blocker, I'm not going to say he's as good as a blocker as Kittle, because Kittle's a unicorn from that position, but he's playing well. And in 2 tight end sets, if they're going to be running any time a gap schemes or anything, Charlie Warner's been balling. He was a huge reason why they had a really, really nice run. I think it was a touchdown as well, because he collapsed the side of an offensive line or the defensive line, got a pancake, did all that good stuff. So I'm excited. One of the reasons why I'm excited is just because this offense is seemingly rounding out at the perfect time. Now, again, consistency, that's one of our, work in progress tasks when we look at this team and we look at, things that need improvement. This team is always improving, right? Countless coaches have said it. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There's no staying the same. So just ensuring this team is continuing to take positive steps forward, even if they are small. If they can continue to take a positive step forward with the offense, with the run game, with the play action, Jimmy G's been lights out over the middle when you can manipulate linebackers with the run. That's one of the biggest difference that I've seen from this offense and why they've been able to be successful, especially when they're running the football. Because when they're running the football, these teams know that it's oh crap mode when they hand it off, because the way they're manipulating scheme, again, I talk about it, we're seeing it week in and week out. We're seeing it develop further and further. So these linebackers, I mean, they got some good linebackers. Again, Zach Cunningham. I like Zach Cunningham. David Long Jr. Is questionable. I don't know if he's officially out or not, but David Long Jr. was someone that I was a big fan of coming out of West Virginia as a linebacker. He is fast. He, like, sideline to sideline, he might be faster than Fred Warner. He might be faster than Azeez Al-Shaair. Like, he is fast. Like, he is good. David Long Jr. was definitely one of my guys. So I'm going to be interested to see if he plays. But with Bud Dupree, Zach Cunningham, potentially David Long, and Harold Landry, they got a good front seven. They do. They got a decent front seven. Don't sleep on Danico Autry either, former Raider. Don't sleep on. They have a decent, pretty solid front seven. So I'm very excited to see the scheme. I'm excited to see coach versus coach. I'm excited to see Kyle Shanahan dial it up, see how he gets these guys out of sorts, playing out of their gaps, out of position, whether it's RPOs, whether it's play action, screen. I don't care. I'm excited to watch, because I think if you go back to earlier in the year, right? If we go back to earlier in the year, what did we talk about a lot? Execution. We talked about execution, at least on the offensive side of the football, for like ad nauseum. The coaches were, we were, if you've watched the tape and you have the access to all 22, you could see there were execution errors. Now with them executing, we're starting to see the scheme match, and we're starting to see the scheme evolve. So I'm excited to see what Kyle pulls out today. I feel like this is going to be a big sack Kyle game. It just feels like everything's trending in the right direction. It feels like, again, the guys, they're all like getting off the buses in their ugly sweaters. Like they're doing Secret Santas before this trip. Like, this team is tight. They made it through hell and back, and they're ready to go. I'm super excited for this particular matchup, because the 49ers have an opportunity to not just show themselves, not just show the fan base, but show the world what they're all about, because this is prime time, baby. Like, the whole world's locked in to 49ers versus Titans tonight, and this is why tonight is going to be a great opportunity for Nick Bosa specifically to really cement himself as defensive player of the year and put himself right in that conversation. You can see not everyone's ready to have that conversation. Not everyone's ready. So let's make him ready tonight. Nick Bosa, if he can come away with multiple sacks, you see the holding, you see the double teams, and you still see the production, the world will have no other choice but to talk about Nick Bosa and talk about him not as a comeback player of the year, but start to talk about him as the defensive player of the year, and say it with their chest. Not just like, yeah, you can TJ Watt. No. Nick Bosa has an opportunity right now. What do we know about these big awards and the Pro Bowl and those type of things? It's perception. It's perception. And what have you done for me lately? Lately, Bosa is balling out. And now, if you can add what he's done lately, combine that with the national presence that we have tonight, woo-wee. I don't care if they've lost their first and second string tackles. Look what Green Bay did to us week 3. Same situation. What did we do? We came on this channel. We were talking all kinds of mess. Like, oh, we're gonna eat sacks for days. They lost David Bakhtiari. Like, oh, Nick Bosa's gonna feast. What did they do? They chipped the hell out of him. They developed a really strong scheme, right? They developed a really strong scheme. They chipped them with wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. They have developed that defensive rotation to be an extremely formidable front. So now with what they're doing, Chris Corsack, D'Amico Ryans, how they're able to rotate these guys, again, the emergence of Arden Key, Charles Omenihu, Eric Armstead, Kevin Givens, Contavious Street, DJ Jones, Jordan Willis, Samson Ebukam. These guys are all kind of rounding into shape at the same time. So, okay, you want to dictate your protections to Nick Bosa, and you want to double Nick Bosa? Okay, go for it. Go for it. We dare you. We dare you to leave Arden Key one-on-one with a guard. We dare you. Please do it, because Arden Key is proving that he can get to the quarterback over the guard from the interior. The length that he brings, the size, the hand speed, the pass rush moves is a pure mismatch for guards. Absolutely pure mismatch. So, okay, you want to send the house to Bosa? Fine. We'll come at you and beat you another way. So that's absolutely what I'm looking for tonight. But again, Bosa, we know the story on Bosa. Double team, triple team, quadruple team. It doesn't matter. That boy's getting sacks. So hopefully we get a really, really nice game from them tonight. I got someone on YouTube asking me where we got the lucky white hat. Oh, we brought out the white hat tonight specifically because so far we're undefeated in the white hat. So I'm bringing all the juju I can bring to the table. If you want to get the white hat, Chris, I see you asking about it on YouTube. I'll pull it up right here for you. You can get if you want the white hat, you can go to residency.com. If you use promo code SFBay9ers, this hat is called the Bay. If you use SFBay9ers, you get 35% off this hat. Ooh! 35%? And free expedited shipping? Ooh, I'm telling you. And it's a lucky hat. That's just all kinds of W's all over the place. So if you do want the white hat, this particular promo code, sorry guys on Instagram, I know you can't see it, but this particular promo code is only for the white hat, and is only this hat gets you 35% off. However, I think I got there's a residency. I got all kinds of residency hats, man. You see the gang. We got the gang. We got all the gang out here. So if you want any of the other gear, and they have plenty of other gear, you can use this promo code, the SF Niners, and that will get you a discount on anything. But the biggest discount comes from the white hat. Okay. Commercial over. Thanks for asking, though. Let's go. And I seen a couple people on Instagram tagging me on their white hat purchases. We see you guys. We see you. So what do we want to talk about now? What do we want to talk about? Who I mean, we already talked about who's going to break out. Who is going to be someone that has a big game? This is a little bit of a wrench I'm going to throw in here. Who's going to have a big game for the Titans? Is it going to be Julio Jones? Is it going to be AJ Brown? Is it going to be Deontay Foreman? Because let's face it, guys, these guys are paid millions of dollars. They're paid millions of dollars to play football. So they're going to have to shine too. Is it going to be someone on the defense? Harold Landry potentially? Who? I mean, I would imagine someone from Tennessee is going to do something, huh? Maybe Simmons. So this is the guy I'm worried about the most. The guy that I got my eye on the most, Jeffrey Simmons. Jeffrey Simmons was a guy that I scouted heavily coming out of the draft. Mississippi State, 6'4", 305. Dude is a stud. So, guys, he is a capable person to wreck the 49ers offense from the interior by himself alone. He's got 7.5 sacks on the year from the interior. That's pretty good. 38 solo. This guy's he's pretty good. All right. I like him a lot. He's big. Like I said, 6'4", 305, but he's got the quickness. He's got the agility. He's got the hand moves. Swipe rip. He's good. So we understand, especially with a lot of the gap schemes that we run, interior pressure can blow up the play right away. So we got to make sure that this team is ready to handle it. And I think they will be. I guarantee you they're going to try to get a lot of singled matchups on the right side with Brunskill and with Compton. And they're going to try to get that matchup, Jeffrey Simmons versus Brunskill in one-on-one pass blocking situations. So that's going to be a matchup that I am looking at with a microscope. I think that's going to be one that could have an impact for the 49ers uh, and their ability to move the ball. So he's going to be someone that could be a potential force for the Tennessee Titans. However, what we're going to find out today is we're going to see what Josh Norman, we're going to see what Ambry Thomas and K'Wan Williams can do against these Tennessee wide receivers. Again, hey, you say what they want. They haven't played for a while. You could argue they got fresh legs. So I'm very, very excited to see how D'Amico Ryans and those cornerbacks handle some of the better wide receivers in the league. And I'm looking at the unofficial depth chart, and they've already updated it. A.J. Brown and Julio Jones are locked in, and they are ready to go. David Long, the linebacker that I was talking about before, he's out. So my guy is not going to be there. So that is potentially some good news for the 49ers. But they got Rashawn Evans. The Pitt. Oh, no, he's from Alabama. Different Rashawn. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what we get from that tonight. I'm excited to see AJ Brown. I'm a fan of those guys. Again, if you guys were a 49er fan and you guys especially followed the page, was it back in 2018? I think it was when they had that insane wide receiver class, right? Do you guys remember when AJ Brown visited the 49ers? He visited with N'Keal Harry and Deebo Samuel. So all three of those wide receivers were in play for the 49ers. Now, obviously, we understand that N'Keal Harry went first to the Patriots, but the 49ers had an opportunity to choose between Deebo Samuel and AJ Brown. Who did they make the right choice? If you guys followed me, I was dumb heavy on Deebo Samuel. He was one of my draft crushes. He was someone that I thought was perfect for this offense. But a lot of fans liked AJ Brown. I also liked N'Keal. And Keel's turning out to be the bust of the group, which is kind of wild. But I think we made the right choice. And I see you guys in the chat. You're saying yes. Yeah, I think getting Deebo. I think getting Deebo over AJ Brown is working out pretty well. It really is. Okay, we got some super chats here on YouTube. Money Mark 71 says Bosa and the D line dominate tonight. I hope so, man. I really hope so. I just hope like that offense can't function just simply because the defensive line just completely dominates this O-line. That's really what I'm hoping for. So Money Mark, let's eat. Let's get it. I hope so too. Jag, you Jaguayo, I demolish your name like I normally do. Hey, Brad. Hope you are well. I'm very well. This is going to be a knockdown, drag out fist fight. Niners need playoff mentality. 24-20 Niners. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Jag. Like, I kind of agree. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't think that the 49ers are going to go in there. I mean, it could be. That's a range of outcome, but they're not going to just go in there, I don't think, into enemy territory and just obliterate these guys. It's the Tennessee Titans. They got good coaching. Even though they're dealing with injury, they've been able to kind of try to overcome some of the issues that they've had in front of them. So we're going to see how they can respond, but the hope is that it's a convincing win. But I think 24-20 is pretty accurate in regards to a score prediction. So I want to see from you guys. Drop your score predictions in the chat. Do you think it's going to be a blowout? Do you think it's going to be a drag out fist fight, just like Jag says? What do you think it's going to be? I want to see what you guys think in this chat. I'll pull them up. Shout out Jag for the seamless transition to score predictions. Man, spam in the chat. Okay, here we go. 27-24 Niners. So we got a close game. Over here on Instagram, we got 34-19. What else do we got on IG? We got 27-24, 26-28, 35-20. Oh, we got a 34-17 Titans win. Okay, keep that same energy, my boy. 35-24, 34-17, 14-17 Niners, 45-3 Niners. Oh, he's going straight blowout. He's going straight blowout. Hey, if Jimmy Garoppolo comes out and balls out, Corey, I'm absolutely dropping a Get a Garoppolo meme tonight. 100%. If he comes out and balls, oh, watch out. Ghetto Garoppolo is going to be out ready. Ghetto Garoppolo is going to be ready. Tennessee Titans, doesn't matter. Niners by 20. Let's go. I see potentially 27-10, 35-17, 49ers. It's going to be a dogfight, 28-25. I think it's going to be a dogfight, man. I think it's going to be a freaking dogfight. 31-17. We got 21-13. Media, the stepchild says 28-17. I like that. That could be a range of outcome. 28-17 from Money Mark. We got 23-20 from Daniel, 27-10 from King Geo. What's good, King? Good to see you around here, not causing a ruckus this time. We got 34-27 DK. Oh, Tommy, I think you had this one yesterday. 3-2 Niners. That means what does that mean? That means Robbie Gould MVP. We got 23-20 Niners from Daniel, 31-16 Red and Gold. Oh, we got a shutout from James. Ooh, look at Josh. 43-10. He's saying straight up spanking. Look at the Sourdough Squad, man. We got OG Sourdough Squad members predicting a blowout. Love it. We got 21-20. Ooh, that's a close one. 40-3. 23. Oh, man. Luke's got 28-17. We got 14-13. So you can see, I mean, there are wide ranges of outcomes. Don Burr has got 28-13 Titans, the Titans. So you can see there is a big ranges of outcomes. We got 21-13, 34-13, 23-28, 12-3. That would be a game. Ooh, OTFK Bobby says Jimmy earns himself a contract with the 49ers tonight. Woo! He's already got a contract. Any word on Aziz? Aziz should be gearing up today. So it is looking good for Aziz Al-Shair, which is going to be a huge get for the 49ers defense. So I'm excited, guys. This is going to be a fun game. I can see that you guys are excited. We got score predictions out the wazoo right now. We see you guys. Let's go. All right. So, as you guys know, can we trade you to us? Can we trade you to us, Domber? We're gonna bring you over to the Niner. We already know you're already a honorary Niner fan, so it's all good. It's all good. What are my thoughts on Samson Ebukam? I think Samson Ebukam is a guy that is, he's not going to overpower you. He's not going to do that, but he's relentless. The dude's motor does not stop. And we're starting to see how he is now being able to get some sacks and get some sack production. Just like off this relentless motor. He's a bit undersized, but he has the ability to use his leverage to kind of base, and he's strong. So he really knows how to kind of gain the proper leverage under these big offensive tackles and work his way around. Um, yeah, exactly. Jay says Ebukam is waking up near the end of the season. I still think he's still coming up to speed because if we go back to training camp, Samson Ebukam was hurt a lot of training camp. So this was a new team. This was he wasn't practicing a lot. Preseason, he wasn't really practicing a lot. So the fact that he was kind of slow to start, it makes sense. It makes sense. We're seeing it with other guys. Arden Key's picking up speed. Samson Ebukam is picking up speed. Guys that weren't here all the way through, but are now starting to pick it up. Charles O'Menahue is playing well in spots. Man, I'm hoping for like 2019 vibes tonight from the defensive line. I know all of us are, and like I said, I put the warning out because we had the same exact vibe against the Green Bay Packers with, Bakhtiari being out. We know it didn't translate into the crazy sack production like we all were expecting. However, feels a little different tonight. No, we'll see. Oh, let's go. Wearing your Trent Williams jersey tonight. Let's go. Should I wear mine? I got mine right there. I might got to bring out the Trent. Ooh, if you got a Trent Williams jersey, we are on the same vibe. So we see you. What jersey are you guys rocking tonight? Which jersey do you guys have any like special gear that you wear? I want to see what jerseys are you guys wearing? What jerseys are because I know a bunch of you are going to get jerseys tomorrow or the day after that. I know for a fact that you guys are getting jerseys. But which jerseys are you wearing tonight? We got a Jesus wearing Debo. Oh yeah, dude, rock the Jimmy jersey tonight. We need Jimmy to ball out tonight. We got Ayuk jersey. We got Bosa, Jerry Rice, Jimmy G, the black Jimmy G. I got to get a black jersey. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing the black jersey. Mixed Montana and Rice. Let's go. That's got to be a tough jersey. We got a Kittle jersey out. White Bosa. Got a signed Chris Dolman jersey framed. Let's go. Jimmy ate good pancakes today. Gotta wear khakis too. Oh, no way you got a K1 jersey. I'm not sure I've ever seen a K1 jersey before. But if you do, that's sick. All right, on YouTube, we got Debo jersey. We got a Brad Kittle jersey. Man, you guys are going to send me with some of these comments. Jimmy, Kyle Juice. Let's go. Oh, white limited. George Kittle. We see you, media. We got a Kittle. Who else? Ooh, the Bowman. Dude, you're walking around with a monster jersey. Whoo. The Bowmans are sick. I ain't going to lie. You got a Bowman. We see you. If you got the Bowman, we see you. Oh, there you go. Warriors World Trey Area shirt, undefeated. Hey, if that's rocking with you and you're undefeated in it, wear it tonight. I'm wearing the white hat. We're undefeated so far. So I'm rocking this. Justin Smith jersey. Ooh. Let's go. We got a Sanders jersey, a Jimmy G. We got Kittle. Let's see who else we got. Old school gold Niners jacket. Yeah, those are fire. Oh, we got a Kaepernick on. Ooh, let's go. Let's go, baby. Debo. DJ's rocking the Barry Sanders. Hey, that's still a great jersey. Might not be 49er jersey, but that's a good jersey. Jimmy G. I'm wearing my personalized jersey. They can't trade me. That's funny, man. That's funny. I'll tell my jersey story. So, I obviously, big Niner fan, right? And when I was about in 2010, I was 18. I was 18, I think, in 2010. Give you a reference of the age, but you know what time that co-aligned with, or can't even speak, uh, aligned with, which was the Harbaugh era. Um, I think around I think it was like 2012, yeah, 2013. I can't remember, but I was like, I'm gonna buy a jersey with my hard-earned money, the first one that I've ever personally bought. I'm buying it, not my parent, me. I earned the money. I'm buying my jersey. I'm like, I'm gonna get the safest one possible. Talking about, Brian's comment here. I'm wearing my personalized jersey. They can't trade me. So I'm like, what is the safest jersey I could buy right now? What's the safest jersey I could buy? Uh, Patrick Willis. I bought the Patrick Willis. Dude retired like the end of the year. I was beside myself. The whole reason, no, I love Patrick. Patty Dub, man. That's the guy. That's Hall of Famer right there. But one of the reasons why I picked him was because I was like, oh, he's Niner forever, Niner for life. We got a couple more years of Patty Willis tearing it up. That dude retired on me. I was so hurt. I was so hurt. I was hurt on so many different levels. Ooh, and the Ronnie Lott, let's go. We got a Kittle. Oh, he says, I need a 94 Kittle throwback jersey. Wearing Bosa tonight. Superstitious, no jersey. Hell, if you haven't worn a jersey, don't do it. Don't do it now. Oh, we got a Trey Lance. Ooh, vintage Dwight Clark. Let's go. We got a Ayuk. We got a Fred. Trey, Jimmy, or Bosa in the closet. I'm gonna say you either got to rock with Jimmy or Bosa on that one. That's what I'll say that. Let's rock with the boys tonight. Is it true that Tennessee is missing their starting left tackle, left guard? Correct. They're also missing their backup left tackle. So we're gonna see, man. We are going to see. Let's go. Visiting family in Oregon. They are a huge Seahawks fan. Rocking the Bosa today. You are a gentleman and a scholar. Keep it up. You gotta rock the gear in the enemy territory. Oh, we got a Gore. We got a couple Gores out there. Let's go. Steve Young, original 75th year throwback. Rice. Ooh, the original 94 Niner jersey. That's fire. So we see you guys. You guys are rocking all kinds of jerseys tonight. Jag says, Brad, are you concerned about special teams? Hope they don't cost us a game. And he's rocking the Ronnie Lott jersey. The hope is that with some of these guys getting healthy, is that more of the guys that have been asked to step up, like a Marcel Harris, who had to fill in for Azeez Al-Shaair. Azeez Al-Shaair comes back. Marcel Harris goes back to being a primary special teamer. So when Marcel Harris gets called up, then they're pulling guys off practice squad or guys that they're just signing to come play special teams. So the hope is the healthier that they get, the more the special teams regulates in regards to talent, because that's one of the key disruptions that I think people don't understand when there are injuries to starters is that the backups are special teamers. And so you're only carrying 53 players and only I think 48 of them is either 48 or 46 get to dress. So you're not even you don't even have the full 53 at your disposal. So the guys that you have to call up sometimes are guys like Brian Hill and guys that, haven't really been around and they've been signed because we need the depth, but we also need depth on special teams. So as a result, they might not know exactly what they're doing. So the hope is with guys getting healthy and guys coming back, you get people like Marcel Harris back as a key special teams contributor. That hopefully helps kind of round some things out. Oh, there we go. An Aponte number 9 jersey for the culture. Let's go. We see you. So overall, special teams, again, it's just, and you also have to understand, you know, playing their assignments properly. If they haven't been doing it, there is an opportunity for them to not do it well. So the hope is they get healthier, get more of those backups back to being core special teamers and not starters, and then hopefully special teams falls into play. It's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be the returner today. So obviously we've gone through Travis Benjamin, now JaMychal Hasty. I would actually be kind of shocked to see JaMychal Hasty go back out there. Not because I don't think he's capable, but obviously the fumble's fresh on everyone's mind. He does, he's starting to develop a bit of a perception that he fumbles. So going to be interesting. Are they going to put Ayuk out there? Who are they going to put out there? Let's see. Hey, put River back. Put River back out there. I know a lot of people remember that one play. Hey, put River back out there. River's been playing like a man possessed. So shoot, let River return one. See what happens. Why not? I love what he's doing as a gunner on punt team. So he's capable. Let River return one. See what happens. So River's been someone who's been stepping up for the 49ers on special teams. So guys like that, that's how your special teams units get a little better. You remember when Trent Sherfield was having to start because Debo was out? That meant Trent Sherfield, who was a key special teams ace, was taken off that team. You lose that guy. So again, Trent Sherfield back to special teams. Marcel Harris back to special teams. Should help out a little bit. So that's the hope, is that they get guys back on that particular roster, special teams roster, and they get everything going back again. So that's the hope. Man, you guys, I see all you guys rocking your jerseys. Let's go. I see all you guys rocking your jerseys. Whoo. Let's go. I see, damn, tons of you. I can't even get to all you guys on YouTube. You guys you're dropping it like crazy. Okay, I'm trying to catch up to speed. Yeah, this bot is going wild. I blocked this bot like 4 times. Man, bots are crazy. It's a shame. It's a shame that bots just take over our chats. But anyways, it's going to be a fun day. I don't think it's going to be a situation where, like I said, it's just going to be a blowout. I know some people do, but we understand. And shout out to Jason Aponte. He's really kind of making me think about stuff. He's like, is it a trap game if they have almost the same record? And I'm like, that's a good point. Is it is it a trap game if the teams are kind of evenly matched or have a similar record? Typically, and to the point is like, well, the trap games are for when you're playing against much lesser teams, let's say on the East Coast, whatever, and you play down to your competition. So that's a good point. It's a good point. He brought it up again this week on the State of the Franchise episode. I was like, damn, he did it again. Is it a trap game? I don't know. But it is a game in the sense that we understand it's a travel, it's a short week, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they respond, type of energy. That's one of the things that I'm going to be keying on right away. What does the energy look like? What kind of Jimmy do we get? Confident Jimmy? Because you can tell. You can tell when Jimmy's in the mode, right? When Jimmy's in the mode, he just has a different presence about himself. He has a different presence in the pocket. So we're going to see what we get, but the hope is everyone's firing on all cylinders and we're ready to go. Okay, so it's 2:30. What time does the game start? I believe the game starts at 5:30 today, or 5:20 Pacific Standard Time. So we're under a couple hours before kickoff. San Francisco 49ers are 8-6 again. To the point, is it a trap game if the Tennessee Titans have a better record than the Niners? So we know, I've said it a million times, this is a huge game. This is a playoff game. It's been a playoff game since the Bengals. God, doesn't it feel like every game has been a playoff game? Watch Norman get a strip or peanut punch. Hell, I'll take it. I'll take it. I found myself not getting too upset at Josh Norman last week, so that's a step in the right direction. And then if Josh Norman cannot get me upset and then create a turnover, okay, Norman's he can win me back. He can win me back. But you got to play smart, play like the vet, do your job, do your assignment. And if you create turnovers, we're talking. No PIs either. We could limit the PIs, limit some of the shenanigans, and just get back to playing football. I can be okay with Josh. Ambry Thomas will be starting today. I see someone ask me that on Instagram. I'm excited to see what Ambry's going to do. Talk about trial by fire for that guy. So Ambry Thomas has another opportunity to take some steps forward. I really do appreciate the way his coaches spoke about him this week. They definitely gave him a vote of confidence. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we get from Ambry. Because again, I try to preface this and put this in context because, as you guys know, I'm big into evaluation and I'm big into development. So not only just evaluating what they are now, but being able to take that process and transfer it into development. Watching the baseline where they are now, are they taking steps back or are they taking steps forward? One of the things that I talked about with Ambry Thomas, I was at training camp. I was at training camp with Jordan Elliott, Jason Aponte. We were there for pretty much the whole time. And what did we see? We saw Ambry Thomas out of position a lot. And when we say out of position, like trailing 1, 2, 3 steps behind, like just not in position. Just, you could see the game was moving way too fast for the guy. And that was in training camp. And we saw it transfer into preseason. And we saw it kind of keep going and going and going. However, if you go back to last week against the Falcons, he almost had 2 picks. Let's not forget about that. Ambry Thomas almost had 2 interceptions. He had one hit him straight in the hands, bounced out. Okay. Almost. Next time. Okay, well, he's in great position on Kyle Pitts. Pro Bowl tight end, rookie Kyle Pitts. Great position. Almost got another pick. Shout out Kyle Pitts for ripping the ball out. Okay. Well, Ambry Thomas was in position in the end zone after that terrible Arden Key play where they called roughing the passer. He was there. He was in position. He had his whole body turned, head turned, locating the ball. Just a great play by Gage. Oh, boy. Woo! And my pop socket fell off. Someone give me a new pop socket for Christmas. But one of the things I was talking about with Ambry Thomas, hold on one second here. Let me get this figured out. There we go. There we go. Hopefully that stands a little bit better. We'll find out. But one of the things with Ambry Thomas is at least he was finding himself in position. Pop socket was not in position. Pop socket was not in position. So we're going to need Ambry Thomas not to be like the pop socket and be out of position. We're going to need Ambry Thomas to be locked in, ready to go, pop, lock, and drop it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But Ambry Thomas, man, I see the development. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. That's the point. The point is, I see the development. Thankfully, I was there in training camp. Thankfully, was able to see where he started as a baseline rookie in training camp. We got to see that. So to see what he did against the Falcons, that there is a progression. There is a tangible progression that you can look at preseason, training camp, and say he is better now against the Falcons than he was in training camp. So those are the silver linings. Was the production there? Not necessarily. Was he giving up plays? Yes. But again, development, rookies, didn't play in 2020. Give the guy some time. So let him develop, let him get comfortable. Once you get comfortable, you start playing faster. Once you start getting comfortable and confident, you start playing off instinct. And that's where we want these guys. And we know rookies, come on, your head's like spinning on fire with all the information that you're trying to take in and execute, work your technique, work the scheme, do all those kinds of things. Your head's like this. So you play slower as a result. So as you get used to everything, the game starts slowing down. You start being able to put your position in. Now, like you're in position. Now the next step is to make the plays. So it's going to be interesting. Maybe, hey, Ambry Thomas breakout. Who knows? That would be fire, though. What if Ambry Thomas comes away with 2 picks? Ooh, that would be fire. That would be fire. So it's been fun, guys. You guys have been great in the chat. The chat right now, the energy is unmatched. You guys are phenomenal. The Sourdough Squad always shows up and shows out. We see you guys. So this is what our schedule will look like for the rest of the day. Obviously, the game is a couple hours away. I might hop in for another quick pregame vibe. I don't know. We'll see. But we will be back at halftime. So we'll be doing halftime on Instagram, but we'll also be doing halftime on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. And so we'll do our halftime show. And then, as we typically do, we will do the post game and we'll do post game reactions, all that kind of stuff. And we'll vibe. Hopefully, we'll be coming together after a W and having a merry old time. So we'll see how this game progresses. But again, I'll see you guys at halftime, and then I will see you guys after the game. Until then, do what you need to do. Get those jerseys on. Get whatever lucky shirt, hats, clothing you need. Get ready. Get the vibes going. And let's have a fantastic day, guys. And let's get this dub and springboard into the holiday season with style. You feel me? All right, let's go. I appreciate you guys. I will see you at halftime. Until then, be blessed.